Okay, so right now I'm gonna go talk about 2 vocations that you can unlock right after beating the Master of Nuon. But since you have to do a special quest to unlock these, and the quests are somewhat difficult, then you might reconsider whether or not you should unlock these vocations, depending on what the vocations actually do and how hard the quest is. Now, for the first one is the Armamentalist. Okay? When you think of the Armamentalist, you have to think they're sort of like a mage and a warrior. Okay? Just put together. Now, here's the difference, though. Instead of having the mages so it's like mage, and then it's this circle. Here, let's make a Venn diagram. Then warrior. And it's attack, defense, HP, and then attack, spells, buffs, and agility. Now, when I say buffs, I mean spells that, like, increase your attack, increase your defense, increase your speed, and then there's also a kind called debuffs. And when there's debuffs here either lower your opponent's defense, lower their speed, something like that, or like put them to sleep, make them confused, all that kind of stuff. So when you talk about the Armamentalist, which is right in the middle, you get this gets crossed out, you get this, and then you get somewhat of all these, and then you get somewhat of this. I'm not exactly sure on the specifics, but you get really good buffs and debuffs. So what does the Armamentalist actually do in battle? Well, they're great for raising the attack of your allies, raising your defense, raising your speed, making the boss's defense go down, lowering their speed, putting enemies to sleep, and then they get a special line of buffs called the Force. No, we're not talking about Yoda from Star Wars. We're talking about the Force. F-O-U-R-C-E. Wow, Square Enix. Really? Really? Anyways, the Force can be used to raise the attack and defense for different elemental types. The types are fire, ice, wind, plus lightning. They come as a package. Dark, and earth. Then the last one is life. It's called Life Force. So their actual names are Fire Force, Frost Force, Funeral. Or wait, no, hold on. Funeral's down here. This is Gale. Okay, sorry I got mixed up there. But that's just how it works. Now, whether or not these buffs are effective is that they increase your attack and defense. So, Fire Force would increase your attack to fire attacks. No, it would increase your fire defense. And it would also increase your attack on any boss that is weak to fire. Okay? Now, to be very honest with you, the first two, almost anything in the game is weak to, but then the last one is also really good, so it is questionable whether or not you want to go through the whole skill tree. These are not spells, these are skills. So let's say that I'm a priest and I'm tired of using buff and I don't have oomph, which, by the way, oomph equals raise attack. Spell. Then I can unlock Armamentalist. I can train here. And then when I train, I can go and steal maybe fire and ice and fire and frost force. And when I steal fire and frost force, because that's what they call them in the game, but it's really ice powers. They just wanted to sound cool. I can then go back to a priest and use those as a priest because they do not count as spells. It's like using Psyche Up as a gladiator when you learn that skill as a martial artist. So, anyways. So, overall view of this vocation. This vocation is actually one of the suckier vocations of the game. I mean, with Thief, War, Minstrel, and this vocation, they're one of the worst 3 vocations in the whole game. Okay? But this vocation is useful. Why? There are bows. This is a really rare weapon. Okay? So let's say you want this rare weapon, but you can't equip it to, let's say, your mage, right? Because mages can't use bows. Well, if you turn into an Armamentalist, and you level up for a very long time, and you max out the bow skill, then you can use the last skill of the bow to use it as a mage, and just keep all of your bow skills, and so then you don't have to level up as high in a mage, and you can get all your bow skill points. It's pretty good. And then the next thing is that the buffs. So specifically the force buffs. You can steal these buffs and turn into any vocation, okay? One to specifically mention is the priest and the sage. Sage I'm going to talk about later. But neither of them have any good attack buffs. The mage gets, ooh, I spelled that wrong. Oomph. PH. Oomph. What? Okay. Neither vocations get any attack ups. So your gladiator is going to be pouting if you don't have a mage. Well, if you want to have a priest, but you don't want to have a mage for some reason, but mages are awesome, but, you know, personal preference. Then, look right here, unlock Armamentalist, go steal the force buffs. Really, if you don't want to train in this vocation, you can just steal fire and ice, and then you're probably good. And then you just have your buffs, and they increase attack and defense. They're generally used to increase attack. I haven't seen the defense kick in enough to really help you too much, but in theory, they increase your defense. Now, to talk about what you have to do to unlock this. You have to kill 2 metal slimes with Wizard Ward. And what that means is that you have to have someone cast the ability, not a spell, it's an ability, Wizard Ward. Abilities are usually learned in a specific type of vocation, but can be used no matter what your vocation is. And so the Wizard Ward is a mage ability, okay? And so what it is recommended is you have your warrior learn Wizard Ward as a mage, because it's a very easy ability to get. And then you just have them switch back to warrior, and then this is what you do. So you have your little metal slime, bad drawing. Okay, metal slimes have about 4 HP, and you do about 1 damage per hit. So this is what you do. Turn 1, wizard, ward, attack, attack, attack. And then if the little guy doesn't run away, then on your second turn, just have the guy who used Wizard Ward attack and hope it hits. If you can stick it, then it can do, then you should probably kill it. But all these 3 attacks have to hit. This little guy can't run away on either turn, and your last attack has to hit. That is a pretty tall order, unless everyone in your team has Metal Slash, which is also a pretty tall order. So it's your sort of thing to sort of, like, figure it out. I did have a quest video for this to show you how to unlock it, but then I just realized that it was way too long and would take way too much uploading, because it took me, like, half an hour to do it. But, anyways, that's the Armamentalist sort of review thing. Next time I'm going to make the video shorter, because honestly this is just, you know, the last video I couldn't even upload because it was 28 minutes. I had to kill 11 or 10, like 11 metal slimes. I had to go through and find that many in order to kill 2 of them the correct way. But on the bright side, everyone in my team gained at least 2 levels. So, yeah. Secret trick, have some warrior turn, or a martial artist is better actually, because they have high speed. Turn into mage, learn to skill, turn back into mage, like, turn back into martial artist, keep the skill, use it, kill the guy, okay? Done deal, Metal Slash helps, Propeller Blade helps, all that stuff. Next I will overview the Gladiator quest, and I will actually show you how to do it, because the Gladiator quest is a lot easier, and the vocation you get is a lot more useful. Okay, this is Fun as Had, kinda stupid name, hope you subscribe. I put a lot of time into this. This is my 13th video. Ooh, scary number. And I will catch you all later.